I know that the previous Star Citizen video that I made was not on the positive side. Some people even personally told me it was a downer, and to be fair, a lot of you in the comment section also felt the same way. The year of playability hasn't exactly been easy for our morale, but today I want to flip the page and look at things from a more positive perspective. Instead of talking about what could go wrong, I want to focus on what I hope to see at CitizenCon Direct. Consider this my wish list for the big event. At the very top of that list is Bounty Hunting V2. This is a feature that we've been hearing about for years and one that has the potential to completely transform gameplay. The idea of tracking down a target across multiple systems with mechanics like scanning, investigation, and coordinated capture is exactly the kind of depth Star Citizen needs. Right now, bounty hunting is fairly basic. You jump to a marker, you fight, and you're done. But with version 2, we could finally see a system that lives up to the promise of persistence, reputation, and player agency. If CitizenCon Direct shows us even an early look at how this coming feature is coming together, that would be a huge win. Next, I want more information about Death of the Spaceman. This is one of the pillars Chris Roberts has been talking about for over a decade, and it is central to how Star Citizen sets itself apart. The idea that your character's journey has weight, that repeated deaths lead to scars, injuries, and ultimately a final death is a powerful one. But right now, it's still just a concept. We need clarity on how this is going to work in practice. What are going to be the concrete medical consequences? How will inheritance play into it? What about reputation and assets? Even a design deep dive would help us understand what the team's vision really is and how close we are to seeing it in game. Another thing that I'd like to see on a completely different register here is ground vehicle driven by NPCs. Now, I don't expect huge convoys crossing Hurston, at least not yet. What feels more realistic is that we've already seen teased in monthly reports, something more subtle. Civilians driving those mules that we've been spotting sitting around pyro outposts, for example, hauling crates from one building to another. Or perhaps security NPCs using dragonflies to patrol bunker entrances and keep intruders at bay. These aren't headline features, but they're the kind of immersive details that make the world feel alive, as if things are happening even when players aren't there to witness them. Next, let's talk about crafting. Last year, we saw concept art and a few early IDs, but this time is time for something more tangible. Crafting is one of those systems that opens endless doors, whether it's refining resources, building tools, or even crafting gear. It adds another layer of depth and player agency. I don't expect it to be fully ready, of course, but some early gameplay, even a prototype perhaps, would go a long way in showing us that it's real and not just a distant dream. Finally, this is one that's a big personal favorite of mine, and I know that a lot of you guys want to see that as well, and that is more of base building. We've been teased with demos and design talks, but now I'd love to seeing it running in engine. The ability to claim land, construct outposts, and develop them with real gameplay loop is something that could fundamentally change how we approach Star Citizen, just like colonization has changed how we approach Elite Dangerous. Combined with Star Sim and the overall persistent universe, base building will give us long-term goals that make the game more than just a series of missions. If Star Citizen Direct delivers an extended gameplay segment showing us how bases are placed, expanded, and defended, that would even be quite game-changing. So there we have it, guys. This is my wish list for CitizenCon Direct. I know my last video was a bit of a rant, but the truth is, I still want to believe in the game. Features like Bounty Hunting V2, Death of the Spaceman, NPC-driven vehicles, crafting, and base building are things that, in my opinion, can reignite the spark for me. And I think that it would be the same for a lot of you as well. If we even see half of this at CitizenCon Direct, we will be walking away with hope for the future of the game. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below what your wishlist is, what features you'd like CIG to finally put in the spotlight. As always, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to comment and subscribe to enter this month's giveaway. It's a Drake Golem. Patreon and YouTube members get automatic entries. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It makes a huge difference. I have been Irad. Thank you so much for watching. As always, a big shout out to my top Patreon members like Dr. Forbane, Sokar, Tarcisius, Shadow Rise, Ducky2Ducker, and Zero Crusher. And I will see you guys in the next one.